Look, guys, we've been sold some of the biggest bunch of bullshit ideas about life. Like one, you're supposed to spend 40 plus years of your life working, building, providing, solving problems, often other people's problems, raising children, making money, getting your ass kicked both figuratively and literally, and hopefully accomplishing something, anything of meaning. And then, guys, after this time, if you do everything right, somewhere around 60 or 65 years old, you get your gold-plated watch, gold-plated. Your 401k, maybe a house somewhere warm, and congratulations, guys. And you finally get to do absolutely fucking nothing. You get to golf, you get to fish, drink margaritas, watch Seinfeld reruns, take a cruise on some dirty cruise ship, sit on a beach somewhere, maybe play pickleball or padel 3 days a week. And that's the dream, guys, right? Sounds fan-fucking-tastic for exactly about 3 weeks. Because I don't think men were built to spend the final 20 years or so of their lives, if they're lucky, simply consuming the life they built during the first 60 or 65 years. And guys, understand what I'm saying here. Please understand. I'm not telling you to work until you drop dead behind some fucking desk for some boss or for some corporation who really doesn't give a rat's ass about you. No. Quite the opposite, guys. Retire from your job. Quit your fucking job like I did. Retire from the 9 to 5 corporate grind. Sell your company. Quit answering the bullshit emails. Throw your alarm clock in the garbage. Do whatever the hell you want. But look, there's a huge difference from retiring from your career and retiring from your life. And I think a lot of men accidentally do both. And here's a distinction that I think most people or many men almost never make. Employment, work, and purpose. Guys, please understand these are three completely different things. You can retire from your employment, from your job, your career. You can stop working for money. But why the hell would you ever retire from purpose? Look, I don't care if you're 45, 65, or hell, even 85. A man needs something pulling him forward. A man needs a purpose. A man needs a mission. When you stop moving, guys, you will start dying. A man needs something unfinished, something that requires something from him. Something where tomorrow actually matters. Something that gets his ass out of bed. And here's a question that nobody puts in the retirement brochure, guys, right? What happens when nobody needs you on Monday morning? For decades, somebody needed something from you, right? Your company, your clients, your employees, your wife, your children, your customers, etc. Then slowly, guys, the kids leave, you and the wife sort of, maybe a divorce or they go their own way. The mortgage gets paid off. You sell the company, you leave the office. And then suddenly that same Monday morning arrives. But this time nobody calls. There are no emails to answer. Nobody needs an immediate answer. And there's nowhere where you have to be. Sounds like freedom, right? Well, and it is, kind of, sort of. But here's the problem, guys, and make no mistake, it is a problem. Freedom without direction eventually starts looking like drifting aimlessly, sort of a ship without a rudder. There's an old Stoic saying that goes with this: ship without a rudder, no port is home. Something like that, guys. I'm going to link it so I don't misquote it. And I can already hear the peanut gallery chirping, the comments coming in. Come on, GC, give me a fucking break here. I worked my ass off for, 40, 45 years. I deserve to relax. I won't argue with you. You're goddamn right you do. So do so. So relax. Travel, golf, go fishing. Buy that Corvette and the jorts that go with it. Sleep in till 8. Hell, guys, sleep in till 9 o'clock. Have a bourbon at 3 in the afternoon if you want, guys. Have 2, 3. You earned it. But here's the distinction, guys, and let's make this distinction. Rest is not purpose. Rest is something you do because you've done something worth recovering from. If the entire objective of your life becomes about resting, what exactly are you recovering from? Take some time to Ponder that, guys. Do some thinking on that. We've somehow turned leisure into the actual destination. I don't think leisure was ever supposed to be the destination, guys. I think leisure is sort of an intermission. And here, guys, and here's the point of the video where it's going to get uncomfortable. Guys, you knew it was coming. You knew it was coming, right? So ask most men. Ask your average guy, who are you? And listen to what comes back at you. I'm an attorney, a contractor, a doctor, I'm an executive, I'm a plumber, whatever. I'm a physician. I'm a business owner. No, that is what the person does. The question that was posed is, who are you? And that's where some men discover a major problem. Because somewhere along the way, guys, these men, their occupation became their entire identity. I know this certainly happened to me. I fell right into this trap, guys. And the title, what's on their sort of resume becomes their entire identity. Their paycheck becomes sort of a scorecard. Their authority over other people becomes their self-worth. Now, strip that all away. Take this all away. Take away the title, take away the office, take away the employees that are underneath you, take away the business card, that LinkedIn profile, take away the bullshit meetings, and definitely the paycheck, and then take away everyone pretending your opinion actually matters because your name is higher on the organizational chart. And then who's left standing? Who's the guy when all this is gone? That's the retirement crisis nobody prepares men for. Sometimes the man didn't lose his career. He just lost the only identity that he had ever built. All right, guys, here's something that I think most of you can relate with. And again, I know I was no exception to this. Think about how many men spend their entire lives sort of bitching about Mondays. Sunday night, Sunday afternoon rolls around and the Sunday scaries hit. And you say to yourself, fuck, gotta work tomorrow for the next, 20, 30, 40 years. And then they start to fantasize about retirement. They dream about the easy life, right? Someday, no Mondays, no boss, no commute in that godforsaken traffic, no meetings, no bullshit. And then someday actually and finally arrives. And Monday doesn't matter. Fantastic, right? But neither does Tuesday, nor Wednesday, nor Thursday. Friday, every day starts to become Saturday. And this sounds incredible, right? Until you realize something, guys, until you realize this. If every day was in fact Saturday, then Saturday wouldn't be special anymore. And guys, if we really think about this, it really never was if we were being honest. Guys, human beings need contrast. They need that sort of yin and the yang. They need balance, things that balance things out. Effort is going to make rest feel good. Hunger is going to make food taste better. Difficulty makes achievement actually meaningful. Responsibility makes freedom valuable. Guys, when you remove all resistance, and eventually you're going to remove the very thing that gives the reward meaning. That's what I think is what we've got completely backwards. We've sort of turned this around. We're trying to construct lives with absolutely zero friction, no friction, guys, in endless fucking comfort. And then we're left wondering why so many people, so many men feel so damn empty. And if the last section made you uncomfortable, this section may piss you off. And again, guys, this is something I've gotten pretty good at. So you don't have to be 65 to retire. I know men who's retired at 35 or 40, but they still go to work. They still collect that paycheck, but they're done. These guys have checked the fuck out. They're simply going through the motions. These are men who are done learning, done taking any risks, done being curious, done changing, done challenging themselves. They are done growing. The same job, the same restaurant for lunch, the same vacations, the same worn out friends, same opinions, and the same stories they've been telling since 2009, maybe even 1999. No, these men are not retired financially. They're retired psychologically. Up here, guys, big difference. They're basically waiting for their body to catch up to their mindset. And guys, That should be goddamn terrifying to you. Because the most dangerous retirement isn't when you actually stop collecting that paycheck. It's when you stop becoming somebody new. It's when you stop growing. Look, guys, we live in a society obsessed with arriving. What I'm talking about here, guys, is most people only see that end goal, the finish line, and they want to skip the entire process of getting there. They say to themselves, once I make X dollars, whatever that number is, once the house is paid off, once the kids are off to school or out of the house, once I sell my business, once I retire. And then finally comes, guys, and what? Be finished? I don't want to be finished, guys. One of the things I was very clear on when I retired was I wasn't finished. What I want, guys, I want another mountain to climb, another dragon to slay. And when I get top of that mountain where I slay that dragon, well, show me a fucking another one, and we'll take that on. Guys, this doesn't endlessly mean chasing money. This is where people sort of misunderstand or misconstrue the idea of ambition. Your next mountain may have nothing at all to do with money. And maybe you hit 62 and you decide to write a book. Maybe you're 68 and you say, I'm going to learn to play electric guitar. Hell, maybe you're 70 and you want to mentor young entrepreneurs. Maybe you're going to even coach Little League, teach, volunteer, build furniture, learn another language, start painting, whatever, guys. Travel somewhere that scares you a little. Get in the best physical condition for your age. Frankly, guys, at any age, start that business or that side hustle that you've always wanted to do. Become an incredible grandfather, uncle, whatever. I really don't give a shit what it is, guys. The key here is to have something. And here, guys, here's an idea I've come to embrace and sort of fucking love. Instead of retirement, guys, what if you entered sort of a second apprenticeship? Think about that for a second, guys. You spent decades, the majority of your life being competent at, whatever skill you had. Now, you voluntarily become a beginner again. That might be one of the healthiest and the smartest, wisest things you can do as an older man. Walk into a room where you don't know shit. It's intimidating. It's scary. Trust me. Have the courage to suck at something, guys. Ask the stupid questions. Get frustrated. Learn. Improve. And then earn that competence again that leads to confidence. Because here's the truth, guys. Because the older some men get, the more terrified they become of looking incompetent, of, looking like a fool. So they stay inside their tiny little world, this little bubble where everybody already knows that they're sort of the successful guy, the successful lawyer, doctor, whatever. Well, yeah, guys, to that, again, I say, fuck that. At 60, go suck at something new again. That's growth. That's humility, guys. That is actually being alive. And yet another piece of this equation that we've sort of completely lost or that's gone astray is this. For most of human history, guys, an older man's value didn't disappear because he couldn't work as hard physically as the younger guys, say, in the tribe. What happened is his role changed, but he gained knowledge. He had knowledge, he had experience, wisdom, stories, judgment, and perspectives. He fucked things up enough times to know what not to do. He became somebody younger men could look up to and learn from. And here we are today. We basically tell older men, thanks for the 40 years, Bob. Here's your social security check and your pickleball paddle. Now get to stepping. And then we have the sort of gall or the audacity to wonder why we don't have elders anymore, men with wisdom to impart. But I'm not putting that on society entirely. Older men have a responsibility to become men worth learning from. Age alone, guys, does not make you wise. I know plenty of old dumbasses. Sometimes it just makes you, old. Wisdom requires reflection, guys. It requires that you stay engaged in life. It requires taking everything that life taught you and turning it into something useful for somebody behind you, for people behind you. To sort of send that, the old saying, to send the elevator back down to guys who need a little bit of a hand. All right, guys, stick with me here and think about how bizarre, how sort of zany the traditional retirement model actually is. You spend the first half of your life accumulating things: knowledge, experience, money, relationships, skills, competence, mistakes, scars, perspective, wisdom. At least I hope you did. And right when you've accumulated the most, what society is going to tell you is now, go consume some more. Go travel. Go eat, drink, golf, fish, shop, watch television. Spend what you've saved. Guys, that's kind of a fucking waste. Maybe, guys, just maybe the second half of your life isn't where you consume everything you've earned. Maybe it's where you finally deploy everything you've learned. Guys, that's more legacy. And I'm not talking about having your name on a building, guys, or a statue of yourself in the town square, although that would be kind of cool. But in all seriousness, guys, legacy is much simpler than that. Who became better because you existed? Who did you teach? Who did you help? Who did you mentor? What did you build? What did you leave behind, guys? What did your children learn from watching you? What did your grandchildren learn? What did that younger guy at the office or at the shop learn from you because you gave him 20 minutes of your time instead of treating him like competition or a nuisance? That, guys, that is legacy. All right, guys, we've got to the point in the video where I'm going to give you some practical advice, the practical piece of the video. Look, if you are approaching retirement, don't just tell me what you're retiring from. Tell me what you're retiring to. That's the question, guys. The question is not, when can I stop working? Ask, what do I want to do for the next 20, 30, or even 40 years? That's a completely different question, guys. Maybe the first half of your life was about proving yourself, and that's fine. And maybe the second half is about giving back, providing value to others. And maybe the first half was about accumulating wisdom and actual tangible things. The second half is going to be about contributing. Maybe the first half was about success. The second half is going to be about significance. But do me a favor, guys, don't enter the next chapter with nothing more than a fucking tea time, right? You're capable of way more than that. And look, guys, I am not anti-retirement. Hell, I walked out the door at 51. What I am, guys, is anti-surrender. I am anti-giving up. It's a massive difference there, guys. So yes, quit the job, sell that business, leave corporate America and all its bullshit behind you. Travel the world, sit on a beach, play some golf, sleep late, guys, and enjoy every damn bit of it because you've earned it. But don't retire from challenge. And guys, don't retire from curiosity. Don't retire from responsibility, guys, and don't retire from learning. Don't retire from being useful. Don't retire from becoming somebody you haven't actually met yet. And for God's sake, guys, don't retire for having a reason to wake up tomorrow. Because maybe we've been asking the wrong question this whole time. Maybe the goal isn't, when can I finally stop working? Maybe, just maybe it's, what work would I choose to do if I no longer needed the money? And that's purpose, guys. And that's why I absolutely believe a man shouldn't work until he dies. I believe something quite different, guys. Very, very different. A man should live until he dies. Retire from the career. Retire from the commute. Retire from the endless bullshit, guys. But never, ever retire from purpose. Guys, appreciate y'all. If you stuck with me with this long, it's a little longer video. You guys are legends. Appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed yet, guys, smack that subscribe button, smack the like button, and pass this on who guys could use this video. Guys, my time is up here. I got to go out and I got to live my life. So catch you guys in the next one. But remember, live deliberately.